If you could change any choices you have ever made, would you? You can always make another choice and change the course of your success. Everyone has the potency to make inspired choices. Get ready to listen, share, and experience the creativity that is you. Now, here is the host of Inspired Choices radio show, Christine McIver.
Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Inspired Choices show here on the Inspired Choices Network. I am thrilled to be doing this show today for you, and I'm thrilled that you are here, whether you are listening live or in the replay. I am just super grateful that you're here right now. So you are listening to the Inspired Choices show. I am your host, Christine McIver, and today we are talking about how to develop business ideas. Now, this is not going to be your regular how to develop business ideas. It is going to be a little bit different, as I am always, and it's going to really pull on you to look at things in maybe a different way. So many of us are looking at business from the logical brain, and that's all well and fine to have that in the mix. But when you allow that to be the thing, you miss out on a lot of possibilities and a lot more fun and pleasure. So I am your host, Christine McIver. I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a strategic business coach. I work with clients, I work with businesses to help them really lean into planning out their business, really creating a business that is going to be profitable, something that is going to work in today's market, especially with so much online, and most especially to tap into what they know and have pleasure in that business. That is an aspect many of us move away from or don't even include in our business until we hit that point of, I'm not happy, I'm not satisfied. And then we start to look at it. Well, I'm saying, come on, guys, let's do this from the beginning. Let's create our business with pleasure as one of the major stakeholders in your business. If this is something you don't have in your business and you would like to have more of that while developing your business, while expanding your business, and while actually creating a profit, connect with me. You can find me at my personal website, inspiredchoices.ca. You can always send me an email, Christine@inspiredchoices.ca, or you can find me on your favorite social media platform. You'll know me. Everybody teases that I haven't changed since I was a little girl, and it's true. So don't worry if you've seen my face or you're watching the live video on any of our TV platforms, you'll know it's me when you find me on our social media platforms. So would love to hear from you, and I would love to know what is challenging you in your business. It's sometimes a little challenging to think about what is the audience looking for? What are they looking to hear about and get guidance about? And so when I hear from you, what is challenging you and how you would like it to be, that's where I can go into my creative juices and tap back into, when I was actually in that space myself or when I was assisting clients in that area. So be sure to check out the podcast. All the previous recordings of the podcast, there's over 300 in my podcast library that you can tap into and enjoy. And again, any of those podcasts that you listen to, you're free to contact me about anything that you're listening to. And I always love to hear from you either way. I do have some people that regularly message me, and it's wonderful to hear from you, knowing that the messages are getting through. So let's jump into today's show. Today's show is how to develop business ideas. You get a great idea and then go, now what, right? How many of us have been in that position? There are so many steps on how can I possibly know where to begin. The process for nurturing an idea and bring it to fruition can be exciting, or it can be overwhelming. What if you could learn the steps to actually developing your business idea and enjoying the process? So that's what we're going to be talking about today, my friends. We have got we have got some ideas that we're going to go over. But the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the actual definitions of 3 words. I was only going to look at one. I'm going to look at a third idea, okay? A third word. Before I do that, though, I want to read out to you what the average person believes you do with a business idea. And none of these things are quote unquote wrong, but for me, they're stale. They're kind of stale ideas. And this is the way that everybody does this, right? Okay, so I'm just going to read out these 6 ideas. I just want you to keep these in mind as we go forward. So the first one is write down any ideas that occur to you. Think big and don't hold back. Sit down for an hour and fill a page with ideas, or take a week to jot down every idea as it comes to you. Okay, that's not a bad step. That's a good step. When you get ideas, what I would suggest is don't evaluate them. Don't question them, because most of us, when we're in our business brain, right, we're in that logical brain again. And I have watched people get a brilliant idea and then they completely analyze it in about 30 seconds to a minute. And they go, no, I couldn't possibly do that. And they throw that idea away. I've known a number of people who have had ideas and they've done a little bit with it and didn't follow through, and then kick themselves later because they watched somebody else bring that to fruition a short time or even a few years after the fact. And then they wish that they had done that. So that step, write them down and don't evaluate. That's what I would say to you first and foremost. Just write it down, write it down, write it down. And you don't have to sit and do it at a certain time. Have a pad of paper, or what I love to do is I just put it right in my phone. I have a note section in my phone. And when I get a business idea, I put it in there, right? And wherever you're putting it down, put it down. You can revisit it tomorrow or a year from now. When that idea is ready to pop, when it's fully marinated and it's ready to present for you and your business, then you'll know. All right. The next one is select the best idea. So right there on this regular way to do it is they're telling you to do an evaluation, select the best idea, review your list and choose the best one. So that right there is a judgment. And we're going to get into talking about judgments. You've heard me talk about judgments before and how it actually can stop things for you. They are doing this. They're judging it. Then they go into research your idea. So what are you doing? You're, instead of going into you and connecting with you in your business, they're having you go out and look. They're having you look outside of you at what other people are doing. Based on your research, modify your concept. No, don't do that, because you're trying to fit yourself into somebody else's box, right? Then it doesn't become your idea. It actually becomes a version of somebody else's idea. Then they say, test your idea. Do some preliminary market research to see if there is a need or an interest in your idea to identify potential competitors. Oh my God, here we go again, right? More and more judgment. And then the last one is identify your market. If your idea is viable, judgment, it's now time to determine whether people will pay for it and how much they might pay. This requires in-depth market research. I don't agree at all. I completely think those are the places where we go from getting excited about an idea, bullshit buzzer, exactly. Getting excited about an idea, and then you start to kind of pick your idea apart and you start to judge your idea. And then before you know it, if you think of this idea like a beautiful, shiny, beautiful, shiny ball, all of a sudden this ball is dull and it doesn't want to be looked at or doesn't want to be touched at all. And what you're actually doing when you're doing this dissection of your idea before you've even allowed your idea to be presented to the world is you are just like you're criticizing. How you would criticize a child before they, mommy, what if I did this? No. Don't paint your house this way. You need to have straight lines. You need to color inside the lines. I say, color outside the lines, my friend. Color outside the lines. The greatest artists in the world did not color inside of a box. All right. You need to allow, more than anything else, you need to allow your idea that's come to you. In order to come through you, you need to allow that idea to breathe, and you need to allow it to grow and really nurture back to you. When we take an idea and we start to judge it, we don't give it the ability to become what it is meant to become. And that is one of the greatest things that people do that stop their business from developing. When you are in that space of criticism, when you are in that space of comparing and competition, you start to shut down your idea. So I want to go back just a couple of steps. I want you to think about, again, and I've said this on a number of shows, but I want you to think about when you first thought about your business idea, right? And how excited you got. Now, you maybe, if you have a really criticizing brain, you maybe have only allowed the playful part of you to be with that idea for a minute or a few days. You may have been someone that right away started to shut yourself down or shut the idea down. And however long it was, I want you to just tap back into that excitement space. All right. That excitement space, when you are with an idea, a business idea, a product, a service, whatever you're looking to take a new business idea and develop, that excitement piece is such an incredibly important aspect of where that space. Sorry, I get really excited about all this. That space, when that business idea comes in, and how you respond in that moment or moments with that business idea will actually predicate how far that business idea can develop. Now, you can hire all sorts of specialists that can help you develop business. You can hire the best marketers. You can hire the best PR people in the world. But I am telling you, absolutely 100%, you, the person that received the idea through all of the energies in the universe, and that business or business idea that has come to you is meant to come through you, because your energy is special. Your energy is unique. And when you take that time to really play with and nurture and be with the that's a new word, the generation of that new idea, and you really connect in with it and have so much fun with it in the beginning, it's nearly like, if you imagine that it expands, out, if you could measure the business idea in that fun, playful beginning stages, in that orgasmic energy, if that orgasmic energy could expand out 3 feet, that might equate to it expanding out $300,000. If you allow it to expand out, a mile, maybe that would equate to, or a kilometer, maybe that would equate to it expanding out to $1 million. Whatever your measure of success, in that orgasmic time of evolution and it coming to fruition, that time is so precious. And I really want you to understand that you are the key in creating that orgasmic energy with that idea. That's where you want to spend your time and really be in that playful possibilities. Playful possibilities is only that. Imagine when you were a child and you were at the beach and you had a pail and you had water and you had sand, and your mind went, oh my God. And you got all of these cool ideas. Nobody else got those ideas, right? And maybe there was someone beside you, another young child, and they had, oh my God. And they were completely different ideas. Not bad, not wrong, just different. And you both created something with your imagination. Your ideas, your business ideas are the exact same. You've got to be willing to play with what is coming to you in order to come through you and really, really nurture that playful orgasmic energy and that time. be in the possibilities. Oh, it could be this, it could be this. And what about this? And oh my gosh. And that may go on for days and days and days. Please, this is an important piece. Please don't shut that down. Please allow it. As you give your business idea more energy and more time to expand and be playful with it. And what about this? And oh my gosh, could it actually be this? And could it be this? And oh my gosh, and you don't evaluate and you let it get as big and bountiful as possible. That's where the opportunity lies. When you've allowed that to grow, that's where those opportunities lie. And so over time, keep writing down those ideas. And even when you bring that idea to fruition and you maybe bring it out to the world, there's still possibilities of expansion. And that, my friend, that's in your hands. You have the magic in your imagination and your dreaming. Don't ever shut that down. Okay, we're going to get into a lot more of this. And as usual, the whole show just keeps developing and developing as the ideas for the show come through me to bring to you. And I'm so grateful you're here because I get super excited when all of this comes, and your participation makes a huge contribution in that creation as well. So you are listening to Inspired Choices. I'm your host, Christine McIver, here on the Inspired Choices Network. We're going to go to a commercial break. And when we get back, we're going to dive deep into some more of these amazing steps. Stay tuned, my friends. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on our past experiences or what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join Inspired Choices radio show with Coach Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know but may not choose that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back and brings all her expertise during each and every show. Are you ready to create the life and the living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices radio show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
All right, my friends, here we are. If you're just joining, we're talking about how to develop business ideas. And in the first segment, if you didn't hear it, please do go back and listen to it. But I was really talking about how important it is to write down all your ideas. When they're ready to pop, you will know. And what you are actually doing when you are descending an idea is you are criticizing it. You need to allow your idea that has come to you to breathe and grow. Remember that you have the magic within your imagination to allow that business idea to really flourish in your world and in your business. Now, I'm going to talk about the words, the definitions of the original words, but the one thing that I want you to remember is that your business ideas that come through you are going to have like your thumbprint on them. You have the original of your ideas. You have your own thumbprint, your own energy print on those ideas as they come through you. So, there's really, a lot of people say there's really no ideas, new ideas in the world. And for the most part, that's kind of true. But what is different about, okay, this is a mug, right? So lots of people have made mugs. Mugs have been around for probably since caveman times, right? And so this is not a different mug. It's a mug. It's got a handle. It's circular at the base. It's circular at the top. It's got two colors, a number of different colors. It's a two-colored cup. It's got white on the outside. It has black on the inside. And then there is a coloring, a logo, right? So this is the Inspired Choices Network logo on it. So this is not a unique pattern of creating an item, right? But what is different about this is the energy of the combination, right? And it's the energy of the image on it. That's what makes this unique. It's not super, super different from other people, but it is unique. That's very similar to your business ideas. They may appear similar, but they're going to have a different energy, and they're going to actually speak to the clients that are looking for what you have to bring to the world. So you, the creator, you, the business leader, your connection to your ideas and your energy stamp on those ideas, as they are more and more, as you allow those to more and more develop, what that's actually going to do, as you stay very connected to that and you allow it to continue to develop, you're going to have a very clear channel with that idea that is able to disseminate out to the world energetically. And those that are looking for what it is that you have to offer, they're going to be able to pick up on you. They're going to discover you through their asks. I'd like to connect with somebody who develops a mug that's a certain way, and that it really speaks to me and it really makes me happy. And as they are putting out their ask and you're putting out your energetic idea, your stamp on your idea, those energies are going to match and they will find you. It's so cool how this happens. But if you go into that competition and criticizing and judging, and is it available and does it make sense, and all that hogwash that we've been handed down through lifetimes of doing things the right way, you're actually going to get lost in the noise of what's available. When you are trying to fit into somebody else's ideas or patterns, you actually you muffle your energetic stamp, and then people cannot find you. My friends, people will pay attention to an ad. They'll pay attention to a sound based on, first and foremost, the energy signature that's with it. Your energy signature is your key. It's so important. So as you keep staying connected to it, that will help it to grow and be seen and discovered by those that are looking for it. And it'll be a great match with a client and customer to you. So let's clarify your energy signature more and more every day. All right, let's talk about these first words. So the first word, business, is the first word. Develop is the second word, and idea is the third word. So I'm going to give you a quick one. So business actually originally is, the definition was care, anxiety, and occupation. Oh my gosh. How true is that? That a lot of people, when it comes to business, they have anxiety around business, right? It then went into busyness. The word then evolved, and the energy around it evolved into busyness. And one of the dictionary definitions was at leisure without business. Busyness that's what that means, is at leisure without business and unemployed. And it comes in, it actually continues to evolve into really the sense of the person and their work and their occupation. So to have the business mean To be intent on serious action is the third definition. It's really, the energy is so intense around the word business. So anywhere and everywhere that you have connected your business to that definition, would you be willing to let that go? Would you be willing to allow it to be something of pleasure? An energetic pleasure. We can change the energies and what it means in our own development and creations, right? Yes, maybe in the 21st century, business means something else, but it has that original energy signature on it. And that's why I would really like you to pay attention to every time you're saying business, business, business. You're getting serious. You're judging, you get anxiety, and take action. We don't need to be that intense, right? Honestly, if you're trying to develop a business idea and you get intense, just like you focus and you look down, if you're watching the video, you look down and you're intense with your idea, the walls of creation will start to close in. And I remember doing this when I first started out and I first created my business, Inspired Choices. I was so excited with the idea and the possibilities. And then I was like, right, okay, I need to get serious. And as I would sit down with a piece of paper and a pen, it was like writer's block. Nothing would come, nothing at all. And I had a dear friend come over, and Carol is her name. And she came over and we both knew that we wanted to create, we wanted to develop our business, and we didn't know what to do. And so she came over, she sat on the other side of my desk, and we kind of looked at each other like, okay, like, okay, now what? And nothing would come. And so I said, all right, this is crazy. Let's go for a walk. And I lived about a block from a beautiful lake here in Ontario. And we went down and we just were chatting and talking and enjoying, you know, the birds and the water and the flowers and the trees. And we were so enjoying all of that. And as we did, we let go of that anxiety. We let those walls start to drop, and business ideas started to come through very effortlessly. So what if you could allow the anxiety to drop and allow that effortlessness to actually come through? All right, the word develop. To develop is to unroll or unfold. And they're saying a sense now obsolete. It replaced earlier English, both French words and Old French, into developer, unwrap, unfurl, unveil, reveal the meaning of, and explain, right? And it goes on to say, induce the chemical changes necessary to cause a latent picture or image to become visible, to developing reference to poor or primitive countries or nations that are advancing in economic, industrial, or social conditions by the 1960s. So develop and developing, right? Where has that shifted? And where has our focus gone? When the original is to unfold. I love that. Unfold, allowing it. It has the energy of a natural progression of unfolding. And as I was speaking about in the first segment, as you are writing down your ideas, maybe in your great ideas book, maybe you actually put the title on, these are my great ideas book. And as you allow it to continue to evolve and grow and expand over time, right? You're allowing that evolution, the development to unfold. How beautiful is that? Now, the word idea, it's an archetype. This is the original meaning, archetype concept of a thing in the mind of God. It's a Platonic idea archetype, a word in philosophy, the idea taken from a Greek idea, form, the look of a thing, a kind, a sort, a nature, a mode, a fashion, in logic. I just think that it's just so interesting, these original words. So, and it goes on to say a mental image or picture, a concept of something to be done, a concept of what ought to be differing from what is observed. I just think that's so cool. So what is to be observed? So if we take out the anxiety and we understand that the development is to allow it to unfold, and then we take from the word idea that it is a mental picture, and we don't go into the expectation, right, that that is supposed to, quote unquote, be something. We allow something to unfold and a mental picture. Here's a secret that I want to share with each and every one of you. Sometimes these very cool, if you're playing with energy and you're allowing the universe to connect to you and through you with your business, and you're speaking to your business, which I have talked about many, many times. But the very cool thing is that as you allow these things to unfold and you have a mental picture and you keep playing with it, an idea that was once there, maybe you, as you personally develop, and remember, I've talked about this before, is you, the actual business owner, you personally have to develop in order to walk the journey with your business and allow it to develop and those business ideas. So as you're developing, ideas may need to come to you to challenge you to continue to develop. And so an idea A that you put down and you play with may not actually come through all the way through all the steps to create a product or a service in your business that you give to the world. Okay. But what it often does, and this is the fun part, this is the playful part. What often happens is that idea A may lead to idea B, may lead to idea C. They will inspire and contribute to each idea. And then the final idea may be idea D. But if you expect to go to D first and you miss these other steps, it may be really painful and very costly time and energy and even money that you have to invest in order to push that idea forward. So playing with your business ideas is really such an important aspect that, if missed, could actually have you become so frustrated that you stop yourself in your business, right? How many expectations have you been dancing with in business? How much judgment, how much pressure have you been allowing to control the business and the business ideas and yourself, that it's actually shutting you down and having you go back to possibly an old career or profession that you don't want to be doing anymore? So, my friends, we're going to go to our second break, but I want you to think about that. Do you allow your business ideas to play and contribute to the creation of successful, lucrative business ideas? That's something I want you to think about. So you're listening to Inspired Choices here on the Inspired Choices Network. I'm your host, Christine McIver. Today, we're talking about how to develop business ideas, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on our past experiences or what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join Inspired Choices Radio Show with Coach Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know but may not choose that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back and brings all her expertise during each and every show. Are you ready to create the life and the living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, my friends. Oh my gosh, this is one of the conversations that I love to have with business owners and to really challenge them into it. Because as I was saying before, when you're talking about developing a business idea, most of us go into our brain. And this is probably something you've heard before. What is in your brain is actually a previously programmed idea or thought process, right? And those previously programmed thought processes are often there for many, many years. You may have had somebody in business who you watched as a young child. I had my father in business and I watched how he did business. And, you know, I was taught that this is the way you do it. And the way he did business, there was lots of things that I agree with. And there's some things that I don't agree with the way that he did it. He used to sit and do everything by hand. And, you know, if I did everything by hand, you know, mathematically and trying to understand how processes work, the systems that I have in place for my business and for the Inspired Choices Network wouldn't be here today if I stuck to that. But so many of us have those in our mind and we believe that they are right. And I'd really love you to challenge some of those things and understand that the mind is not the premier location to develop in your business. Your knowing, your awareness, which you can tap into so easily in play energy. And that's why I'm often talking about having playful time is it starts to come to fruition through your play more and more. Go to the brain, go to the logic. Once you've really nurtured and allowed those ideas to come to fruition. You know, if you were actually to sit with a good friend, and this is one of the things that I would encourage you to do, is connect with someone who's your cheerleader. Who do you know? You've got at least one person in your world that is your cheerleader, even if it's your dog or a young child. And you start to tell the dog or the child your business ideas. And what will be really cool is as you are excited, your energy of excitement will transfer to them and they will get excited and that will transfer back to you. And that is such a great infusion of energy to develop these business ideas. And you will play in the big realm of possibilities and you will allow those ideas to be given more and more attention. And this is where the fun really begins on how you can take your business ideas to a level you never even imagined. I mean, my friends, don't just take your business ideas to the same step that you've taken the last one to. Challenge yourself. Really, really challenge yourself to go even farther, right? When I first started here with Inspired Choices Network, we were a radio platform. We just did radio and then we did podcast and we were only live streamed on our one website, on the Inspired Choices Network website. And as we grew today, and I would have never imagined this at the very beginning, but today we actually live stream on more than 55 platforms. So we're taking our sounds, our voices, our show creations out to the world from one. Like that is just like, it's huge. And I couldn't have imagined that. But what I do is I play with the what ifs. And what if we did this? And what if we did this? And I do that a lot. And, you know, people will spend a lot of time doing their accounting. People will spend a lot of time ensuring that they have different systems in place. They'll do their marketing, they'll do their promotion, they'll do their conversations, they'll go do networking, but people do not spend near enough time in their imagination of possibilities. That's where the gold is. That's where you're going to discover what is really desiring to come through you. So play in that place of those possibilities. And then when you're doing that, when you've got this energy rolling, right, it's going to be so easy for that logical brain to come in and go, okay, right. Like you've got to tell the logical brain by how much energy you keep giving play and play and play and play and possibilities. You've got to tell that logical brain, right, we're in charge. You actually serve us, right? You serve us. That logical brain thinks it's been really driving the bus, right? No, that's not it. There would be no bus if it wasn't for the creation of play and possibilities of new ideas, all right? So get in touch with that. And so be with one of your cheerleaders and play with those ideas. And then a great thing to go to is a coach who wants to inspire you to stretch even further. And they will come in with ideas. Now, I'll tell you something. When I have worked with clients and they've come in with an idea, I get super excited because all of a sudden my imagination goes into all the different places they can take that. And oftentimes what I have discovered is they have already decided, well, they just wanted to put this on Facebook. That's all they want to do. They just want to put it on Facebook. How do I put it in Facebook? How do I do this? How do I do this? They just want me to tell them how. And what I challenge them to is, what else? What else is possible? Where else? Universe, business idea. Show me, show me, show me. I really would love for you to connect in with that. You show me business, show me, and watch what starts to really be uncovered. So if you could take an idea and you could take it out to 10 times more people than you've ever taken a business idea out to, you know that the probability is going to be in your favor, that you're going to have 10 times more people actually choose to be able to find you, connect with you, work with you, and purchase from you, right? Right. So everywhere you have actually decided that you know the right way, my darlings, you don't know the right way because you've been operating, 95% of people are operating and doing things exactly the same way they did them before. 1 second. When you work with a trained coach and someone in the field that knows how to really massage an amazing idea, they're going to challenge you. Are you willing to be challenged to take your ideas farther than you've ever taken them before? Are you? Are you willing to pay someone to infuse their brilliance in bringing your creation to the world? Or are you a control freak and it has to always be done your way? I have been challenged so many times over the years to do things in a new way and develop in a new way. That app that you heard talked about in the ad commercial just before this, that was something that was one of those little ideas that popped into my mind. And I went, yeah, right. As if, right? Because I immediately judged it. It couldn't be possible. And that idea came in probably 6 or 7 years ago, at least. And it's only this year that it was born. And it was like, holy moly, when it actually came to fruition, there was so much excitement and there was overwhelming energy of like, oh my God, it's here. And in that moment, I realized that I still had a great deal of doubt that it could come to fruition. Trust your business. Trust the business ideas are there for you. Work with someone who is going to challenge you to grow and to allow you to get out of that logical, judgmental brain that you have and allow them to nurture with you, in concert with you, your business ideas, right? There's a lot of marketing information out there. There is a lot of promotional ideas out there. When you allow yourself to be gifted amazing people that work with you and work with your business ideas, that's when you're going to see magic unfold even greater. You're not meant to do it alone. I'm a soulpreneur. I'm not meant to do it alone, and neither are you. The actual next steps on where to take it and how to do it and all those different things, they're available for you out there to learn. The biggest challenge that people have is not allowing themselves to trust their business, to trust those ideas that are coming to them, and to trust themselves that they can continue to stretch and grow and let these ideas contribute back to them. Those are the muscles that really we need to learn on how to develop a business idea, an idea that wants to be with you and wants to contribute to you. We're going to go to break, but before we do, I want to just give you one example of, I was speaking with an individual that was interested in possibly becoming a host here on the Inspired Choices Network. And as we talked and I shared what we do and how we do it, this person's eyes just kept getting bigger and bigger because she had never imagined what was possible in how we created and how we could assist her in bringing her idea to the world and how to take it out to have a larger amount of people in the world actually discover her. And then she was like, right, okay, this is exciting. And she was in massive excitement. And in less than an hour, she went over into her logical brain. Well, okay, so I can't start until this time and da-da-da-da. And she went into all of this. And I said, can I ask you a question? And I said, have you asked your business when it would like this idea of you having a show with us to come forward? And she was like, what? And then we played with it. And it was, her business was communicating with her, but she wasn't listening. So how many of you would be willing to actually play with that idea and speak with and allow yourself to listen to what your business is wanting to know? If you'd like to learn how to do that and you'd like to actually get into having a cheerleader, connect with me. Everyone gets their first 30 minutes with me at no cost. And then we can look at what you're looking for and what would be a contribution to you. And right now, I actually have a special on. And if you reach out to me, I'll tell you what that special is. And you can choose if this would be a contribution for you, really bringing your ideas to fruition faster, more with a system that is ease for you and absolutely providing more pleasure. I would love to hear from you. So again, you can connect with me at inspiredchoices.ca or just email me, Christine, at inspiredchoices.ca, and we can play with that. And I'd be happy to teach you how to speak with your business. So we're going to go for our final break of the show. Stick around, my friends. We still have some more things to cover in this show today about how to develop business ideas. You're listening to Inspired Choices on the Inspired Choices Network, and we'll be right back.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on our past experiences or what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join Inspired Choices Radio Show with Coach Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know but may not choose that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back and brings all her expertise during each and every show. Are you ready to create the life and the living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Okay, my friends. Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, and not likely in the way that you expected this conversation to go. This is one of the conversations that I love to have, and I love to watch people be very surprised and actually confirm with themselves and their own energy and their business that this is very, very true. Developing a business idea has more to do with the orgasmic unfolding energy than it has to do with systems. Now, anybody that knows me knows I'm a very big systems person. I have a lot of things down. My team would laugh because I'm color coordinating things. I am having these processes in place to make things simple and easy. I love, love, love to do that. My brain is brilliant. So many systems, my producer says. Yes, so many systems. Oh my God. And that's just how my business organizes. My business brain can come in and organize. But I learned a long time ago that the energy of business ideas has to start with the evolution and the play. It's not the system. Business is not about systems. Really, what it is about the ideas, and it's about the play, and it's about the possibilities that are waiting to come to you. As you keep staying connected with your business and you allow your business to unfold in ways that you're not going to know it's going to unfold. Like, there's so many people out there that you can hear their stories that they never imagined they would be doing this or they would be doing that, because they asked more questions and they played with these energies. And that is a gift, to know that a business idea can unfold and come to you in ways you can never imagine. And I really want to challenge you on this. This is such a big message I bring forward all the friggin' time, is if you want things to be different in your life, you have got to be willing to allow them to come to you in a different possible way. You've got to be willing to drop the ideas and the decisions that you made on how things have to be. And you have to be willing to let them come forward to contribute. I can tell you so many little stories around how crazy I was in where I got into my mind, okay, this is the way we're going to do it. And this is it. And that's it. And da, 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 da. And it was actually stopping the teeny little changes to come in to flourish even more. I will tell you one of those areas that I'm going to tell on myself on this one. So if you've been listening all the way, here's a bonus little tell on Christine. So when we first created, when we were first doing shows on another platform, and then when we developed Inspired Choices Network, we used to call the previous shows archives. It was our archive library, and that's a very common word, right? But it was also an old word. And the new word, of course, is podcast. Podcast meaning previously recorded. And I was so resistant. I didn't want to call them podcasts. I was so resistant. It was crazy. And finally one day, and this went on for a couple of years, I'm not even kidding you. And one day I finally caught myself and I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you so resistant to this? I had this conversation with myself and it was like, what are you doing? So many times we make the decision and we don't allow evolution of our ideas to continue. Please, my friends, allow that to happen. Let it contribute to you. It wants to, but it's up to you to let it come through. All right, I want you to connect with us next week. Next week, the show is called Courageous Conversations About Money. Until next week, remember, my friends, you can always make another choice. Bye.
Thank you for choosing to listen to Inspired Choices Radio Show. Christine McIver will return next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, be willing to choose what you really desire. This is your life, making the choices that bring you all that you desire.